Yes, we as in all of us are bringing to the new Joji Last of a Dying Breed. We're gonna take that cover and onto our bed and we're gonna violate it. Okay, all jokes aside, I'm very surprised that the new single is doing well in the chart, given the fact that it's really short in the lyrics department. And my first time listening to it, it was underwhelming, but I wasn't gonna expect that much since it's already been leaked from a month ago, and it's a back-to-back single on the same month after Love You Less got released. It more or less being like another interlude similar to If It Only Gets Better, but for what it's offering, I think this is peak of peak, especially with the visuals. Like it's literally giving slow dance in the dark vibes, which I said in the last video on one of more music videos like this, like similar to Pixelated Kisses, and it did not disappoint at all. And these visuals got me thinking more or less that there might be a storyline in Pisses in the Wind, and I'm only saying this because of how similar and how well Pixelated Kisses fits within If Only Gets Better. And the Last of Dying Breed visuals, and for what it is compared to Pixelated Kisses, is like balls to the wall alternative R&B and sounds very experimental. Like I've never heard any music that sounds like Pixelated Kisses outside of a few songs from Ballads 1 versus Last of Dying Breed being the almost the complete opposite of it, being more calmer and like similar and familiar sounding closely to Give Me Love with the beat. And it could both be said with the visual aspects as well. Like it's a complete 180 on what it is, and there's like a lot of theories that you can like speculate with it, like being like a sequel to Pixelated Kisses. So this got me think that if there was a story, what could it be? And I think I have it like almost figured out, but we're gonna be speculating a lot, and we're gonna be taking things outside of the era where Pixelated Kisses got released in like November and stuff from like Nectar and Smithereen. To start off, we all know by now that the relationship between Joji and 88 Rising have been a little rocky with like creative differences, given the fact that Nectar has like a lot of lost media and like lost like music that never been like released publicly, along with Ballads 1 and Smithereens being incredibly short. Like it couldn't even be called an album, it's more like an EP. And this was all happening under 88 Rising. In a way, this is like a form of protesting or calling it out. And he does call out it and going into some songs and lyrics. It shows that Joji's not in complete control when he's writing down lyrics or like doing other stuff, such as the Yukon video. And like the visual of Deadlight being like exploring the unseen side of Hollywood where like they legit like will kill himself, try and be younger and all that stuff. So given the notion of that and now having almost three music videos with the Jijo character, it goes to show that he wasn't completely himself creative wise. This is probably the main reason why we had this fake Joji being almost like a self insert, very similar to when the Filthy Frank era was going on. There was like a brief period of time where we had a fake Frank running the show. So it's safe to say that we are going to see Jijo for the rest of the Pisswin era. I mean, he's in promotional ads, and in one of the Guinness interviews, it was just him. We didn't not see a lick of Joji at all, besides the one frame and the Only Gets Better music video. So, given those events, I think he's translating that into the music video, going out of a story of being him trapped and not having a complete freedom that he thought he would have, and eventually like spreading new wings and flying off to the sunset. In retrospect, it's not ridiculous to say these few videos that we got and were basically like calling out his record label for not having the creative freedom that he wanted. As a whole, 88 Rising has been going on decline, and it's unsure if this was also another reason why he left the record label. But it's good to point out. We'll never know until Joji comes out and says, "Yeah, this album was a metaphor on how I felt trapped with 88 Rising." But as of now, it's all speculative until Joji like himself comes out and says, "Yeah, it is." But as of now, it seems like Joji's having a blast with his freedom. Like he literally called his next album "Piss in the Wind." But yeah, guys, that's gonna do it for this video. I appreciate if you give a like and subscribe. Bleh.